what do we actually mean by leadership? But we have a very simple notion of leadership. Leadership is about the capacity to do three things: to work with people, to generate ideas, to mobilize groups, to move ideas forward, and then to sustain the momentum to get things done. So it's really about execution. It's about execution in terms of moving people, having the political common sense of how do I create a team, who do I need to. First, it's about how do I work with a team to come up with new ideas? How do I take creative people and move into an innovation? Now I have the innovation in place. How do I get the support for the innovation? How do I have the political competence to move it forward in the organization? Finally, how do I sustain the momentum? How do I coach my people, enhance my people, build my people so they hang in there with me for a long time and we move together? So three notions: coming up with ideas in a group, mobilizing teams and getting the political support, political competence, and then coaching and enhancing your people to go the distance. That's true for a leader on any aspect, in a large corporation, an entrepreneur, etc.
Yeah.
So if you look at this, what are we saying? We're saying that I really believe this, that people sometimes lead not because of their personality. So a lot of people lead in spite of their personality. When we think about leadership, we have classic notions of leadership, and some are, charisma, and inspirational. I sometimes worry about this because I come from a very old school. You asked me before what moves me, and people that get things done. I tend to be a New Yorker in that sense. I believe in execution. If we use some of the criteria that people have always attributed to leadership, a lot of us wouldn't be playing the game because we wouldn't be included because of our accents, because of our looks, because of our genders. I want leadership to be about execution. We look at this world and people say, well, such and such is such and such, or he's nerdy, or he's that, or she's like that. My attitude is, do they execute? And my notion is, can I teach a group of people to mobilize ideas, have the political competence to move ideas forward, and keep people in their corner, sustain and enhance it? And I believe you can teach people these behavioral skills. So I really believe in sort of the democratization of leadership, and that by giving people specific skills. And I think that's what makes great leaders, and I think that's what makes for great organizations. People that can execute. Now we're able to do that, and that's my notion. Not just going out there, hiring them by the fact that they seem to be charismatic. That's fine, but not everybody is that charismatic personality. Some of us just got to sort of push it along and go the distance.
There's some introverts who turn out to be extraordinary leaders.
Great leaders. How many times you work with people and you go, the last people that would sort of do the leadership profile and you say, but they're the people you want in your corner because they're the ones that know how to do these particular skills. So at BLG, we focus on these three clear components.
The democratization of leadership, I love that.
In the sense that, for example, let's take something very simple. You have an idea, and you've come up with this great idea. You worked we've worked in a number of major corporations. And what are their problems? A lot of creative people. The problem is a failure of leadership. It's a failure of taking those creative people, moving them towards an innovation, creating a prototype, creating something together, and then saying, okay, we've got it. Now I'm going to be politically competent enough. I know which coalition to form, who I need on my side, how to negotiate to get support for this idea. And then I know how to keep my team going. I know how to coach my team, how to enhance my team, how to sustain that momentum to actually move something forward. So if you think about it in this context, you begin to realize that leadership is a narrative of execution. That's what it's about.